In Book 17, Odysseus finally, after 20 years, returns home to the palace that still belongs to him. He goes with Eumaeus, and while he's still disguised as a beggar, he's prepared to figure out exactly what's going on so that he can wreak his vengeance. Telemachus has gone ahead, and he's brought with him a prophet. And when they arrive at the palace, they tell Penelope that Odysseus is coming home. Penelope can't believe the news. Once Odysseus arrives, he meets up with Telemachus, and Telemachus tells him to go around and meet the different suitors as a beggar. This will help him discern who's really the worst. Many of the suitors are kind to Odysseus in disguise, but one, Antinous, loses his cool and throws a chair at him. Odysseus tells him that surely the gods will notice and have their revenge. In this way, we see justice, a major theme, rearing its head. Telemachus and Odysseus are figuring out who should be spared and who shouldn't, who are the worst of the worst and who aren't, who are the ones who will feel the wrath of vengeance the most. In Book 18, Odysseus, still disguised as a beggar, is in the palace, and now another beggar has showed up. Antinous, who did not take kindly to Odysseus being there in the first place, eggs the two on to fight each other. Odysseus reluctantly agrees, but holds back his full strength to keep from hurting the other beggar. He still wins the fight easily. He goes on to tell another one of the suitors, Amphinomus, that bad things are coming, and this is just a sign of the violence that will befall them all. He then yells at some of the maidservants for not looking after their mistress, Penelope. Some of the maidservants talk back, and Odysseus threatens them. Despite all this, he doesn't hurt anybody, at least not yet. This is some major foreshadowing, not just of the vengeance to come, but it also shows a lot of how Odysseus and Telemachus have grown as characters, both using restraint, reining themselves in, and biding their time. Another major theme in Book 18 is homecoming. After all, Odysseus has finally made it back to his palace. However, deception is still majorly happening. Telemachus is not telling his mother that his father is home. And Odysseus hasn't revealed his identity to anyone yet, except his son. These two themes work really well together, but it's a challenge because these characters are going to have to reveal their true intentions if they want to be, well, themselves when they come home.